And yeah.
You should mute us all. You should mute us all.
Yeah, I'm trying to find how to do that.
Oh. Or tell each one to mute themselves.
Audio settings. Yeah, done. Cool. So everyone can see, everyone can hear me now from here. Cool. Okay, so let's come down to sit on a block or in your easy cross-legged pose. I like to sit on a block just to have my knees below the hips. Let's open out the palms. And as you open out the palms, you want to do so with the shoulders. You want to open the chest and then come down to the palms rather than just flopping the wrists open. And then we'll just close the eyes and observe the breath for a couple of minutes. Couple of breaths rather. And as you observe, just notice the tensions you're holding in your body. Try not to do anything about them yet, but just observe where they might be. Whether there's pain, whether there's tightness, where the imbalances are, if you can notice them. And slowly let's start to control the breath. As we breathe in, breathing into our belly, allowing the belly button to rise as you breathe in. And then breathing into the ribs, allowing the ribs to float out towards your arms. And then allowing the collarbones to rise towards your chin as you fill your lungs to the brim. Breathing in the full yogic breath, 3 breaths, belly, ribs, collarbones, and exhaling, belly, ribs, collarbones. For the next 3 breaths, we are breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 4. Next 3 breaths, we are breathing in for 4 and exhaling for 6. And the next 3 breaths by inhaling for 4. And if you're comfortable, extend the exhale to 8 or stay with 6 if that doesn't work for you. And then let's move into our Kapalabhati breathing, just to warm our bodies up and start some fire in the belly, literally as it were. And all we want to do is breathe into the belly and then start pumping out. And just to clarify a few things, we want to do this after an exhale and then a short breath. So we want to have some air in the lungs as we start pumping out. We don't want to start it fully on an exhale where you've completely emptied the lungs, or as empty the lungs as much as you can. We want to do it with a slight in-breath, but that doesn't mean you fill your lungs like you did in a full breath. Yes, so those of you who know it, just start right now. Those of you who may not be familiar with Kapalabhati breathing, we'll take a round of 18 to a round of 24 for the second round, and a round of 30 for the third round. Okay, so we're inhaling and exhaling. First, a preparatory breath. Inhale. Exhale fully. Gentle inhale just to feel the belly area, not the full lung. And then pump out. Fully exhale and then take a recovery breath and repeat the process for 24 pumps and then 30 pumps, going in your own time. And then for 30 breaths, and let's take a couple of recovery breaths at the end. And then we'll come off our blocks, whatever we might be sitting on, and then let's come onto our hands and knees. So we want to really press down with the hands and then lift up through the fingers. So it's as if you're clawing, almost clawing the mat. Okay, we want to lift up through the palm of the hand so the full palm is not pressing down. That will take the pressure off the wrists, and press down with each fingertip. The thumb especially, thumb and little finger and all the other 3 fingers also press down strongly into the mat. Your knees are just below your hips. And then we're going to go into cat and cow at your own pace, starting from the base of the spine and moving last. Inhale into the cow. Exhale into the cat. 5 rounds at your own pace. Pressing the mat away from you in cat. And opening the shoulders. Head coming up last in cow. As you open the shoulders, imagine you're closing a jar with your right hand and opening a jar with your left. You've done 5, come back into neutral spine. And then we're just going to take our right leg back, pressing down into the floor, toes really pressing down into the floor. So you're nice and straight from your shoulders to your heel. And then we're going to use the glute muscle, that's this big muscle on your bum right here, as you float that leg up into parallel position. Floating that leg up, and then taking that left hand out, bringing your belly into your spine, and waking up the back body. Remember, you're pressing down with the fingertips of the right hand, so you're not collapsing into your wrist and shoulder. Now, straight leg. Imagine you're being pulled from your wrist forward and from your heel back. Lengthen out. Repeat on the other side. Left leg goes back, press it down. And then use that glute muscle as you lift it up. So there's a fair amount of muscle activation in this style of yoga that we practice. So it might not be gentle and stretchy, but it will require a fair degree of muscle work. Coming up with the right hand, lengthen from wrist to ankle. Lift the belly into the spine and cradle yourself from the front so that your back body can work. Coming back down. We're going to go into our dog peeing exercise. So you've all seen a dog pee, so we're going to kind of do the same thing, except we're not going to open up with the hips. We want to keep the hips nice and level. And it doesn't matter how high you lift, you just want to lift your leg out to the side and back. So you want to do this rather than this. Okay. Try to keep your weight evenly through both hands. 5 times on each side. Pull the belly into the spine. Pull up the pelvic floor muscles. Will all help you isolating your gluteus medius. Take the knees a little wide. Bring your heels together, toes together. And let's just rock back and forth with a nice open chest. Bring the heels towards the bum. Weighting those hips. From there, bring the knees back. And let's take the right leg out until you're on the inside of the foot. And your foot is in line with the opposite knee. Okay? So you're pressing down into the floor with the razor's edge of your foot, your instep. And then you're going to keep your hips level. So if your hips have gone out to the side like this, level them out so your back is straight. Squeeze all the muscles of that leg. Hug them onto the bone as you lift up. 5 times. And then you're going to press your foot down into the floor. And then we're going to rock back and forth, pressing that foot down, waking up those hip and bum muscles. If your leg doesn't come fully off the floor, that's okay. Just want to activate those muscles that control that hip region. Come back to go on the other side. Get the alignment right, foot in line with the knee, pressing the inside of the foot down to the floor, squeezing the muscles on, hugging them onto the bone, hips level as you lift. 5 times, press the foot down, and let's rock back and forth, keeping the foot pressed into the ground. Come back to center. We'll do some donkey kicks. Lift up, 90-degree bend in the leg. So your front of your thigh is parallel to the floor. And then you just pump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to bend the knee more than 90. Keep it at 90. And pump. And on the other side. Get that parallel position first, 90-degree angle, and lift. Try not to curve too much in your back. Have a nice straight back. And pump. From there, we'll widen the knees and push back into a child pose. Nice active child pose here. You're pressing down into the mat with your hands. Elbows are off the mat. Bum towards the heels. And you're really pressing that mat away from you, lengthening the spine, lifting your tailbone up towards the ceiling. So quite a few things happening here. Your bum is coming down towards your heels. At the same time, your tailbone is lifting up towards the ceiling in opposite directions. That should lengthen the spine. Then you're rolling your shoulders away from your ears and pressing down strongly into the mat. Coming back up, we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work. Lifting up with the right hand, pressing down as if you're trying to submerge a ball in water, and then opening up, open the palm so that you're as if you're serving a string. Bringing that arm to 3 o'clock, turning it around until the palm is facing up, and then taking it back above your back towards your opposite shoulder blade. Clench your fist. Coming back down, and from here, we're going to really press up. So imagine you're in a random Shakespeare play, and you're not a random one. Imagine you're in Julius Caesar, and you're on the Senate steps, and you have to stab Caesar, but you don't want to be seen doing it, right? So you've got the dagger and he's facing backwards. So imagine you're really stabbing him hard, but backwards. So really stab hard, and then the dagger gets stuck, so you have to really pull it out. So you're really, be strong. So you really want to open up those triceps, get them to work, and you're pressing up. And from there, open. Come back here, open up into the tray. You stand in, and then you're serving some grains. And then in, down, and from here, lifting up the other hand, Pressing down, opening the shoulder, tray, and serve. And then we're going to turn, arm facing up, bring the hand back, clench the fist, and bring it up towards your opposite shoulder. And there, take it back. And do that stab again. There, like that. Clenching the fist, really pressing back. Doesn't need to be Caesar tag, anyone you don't like. But then bringing back to 3 o'clock, turn the palms, serve the tray, and come back to set. Good. From here we'll cross our legs and come over onto our backs. So we spend a bit of time on these muscle activations just to make sure that we are activating and optimizing them in our poses. Okay, so be patient, it will help with the practice. Come into this tabletop position. Press your hands into your knees and then pull your knees into your hands so that you create some tension and work the lower abdominals. From there, we're going to do a bit of nerve gliding. Lift up, opposite leg, 3 times. This activates your quadricep and at the same time is a nerve glide for your sciatic nerve. Bring your feet down into a bend. So your knees are bent, pressing the feet into the floor. And then you want to squeeze your knees together. Really squeeze your knees together, tailbone on the floor. Try not to arch your back, flatten the back, but really squeeze those thighs, inner thighs together. Really squeeze them together. As you keep squeezing, lift the feet gently off the floor. Flex feet. And come back down. Good. From there, we're going to lift both legs back up into a tabletop and then take our hands, our arms rather, facing the feet. Arms are nice and parallel. As if you're sitting in a chair, except you're on your side. And from there, we're going to do the equivalent of bird dog. It's called dead bug. So we move the left leg down to the floor and the right hand down to the floor. So opposite hands and legs. 1, up, opposite side, up. 2, up, opposite side. Not as easy as it looks, is it? 3, opposite side. 4, opposite side. And 5, opposite side. Come back to center. Place your hands on your knees again. And let's lift both legs. Lift them up as close as you can to 90 degrees. Taking care to push your tailbone into the mat. The more you do that, the less your legs will come up. So keep them up, but press the tailbone down. What's important is the tailbone and not the 90 degrees. Keep the right leg up and pull towards your face. Left leg comes down and up. Breathe 2 more times. And let's get the left leg pulled in, right leg goes down and up. Breathe. From there, we'll take the hands up again and bring the hands down over the head, legs down, towards the front of the mat. Don't touch the mat. Lift the head, look at the toes, point the toes, tuck the tail, lift the chest. Follow body. And come back. Good work, guys. Roll over onto your side maybe, and come up to stand. So you won't see my head, doesn't matter. Don't need to. We'll come into our Surya Namaskaras. Okay, so come to stand at the top of your mat. Really splay the toes nice and wide. Give yourself as wide a base as possible. So in yoga, what we're trying to do is, more than anything else, is to find balance on and off the mat, between left and right, between top and bottom, between front and back as well. So if you're in your proper Tadasana, you should be working 50% in your front body, 50% in your back body. So we always want to try to come back to that. 50% on the right leg, 50% on the left. So this is what we're working towards. We'll achieve it at some point, maybe not in this lifetime, certainly not at the end of the 90 minutes, but we'll work towards. Open up the palms from Tadasana, opening through the shoulders, lifting up. Back of the palms touch, exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Doesn't matter. Straight back. Inhale into the half forward fold. Straight back. Bend the knees if you need to. No problem, no shame. Pull forward fold. Palms to the floor. Take your right leg up. Feet are hip width apart. Bring the right knee down, crescent lunge. Back down. Left leg goes back, downward facing dog. So this downward facing dog, you can start with bent knees, straighten the back. And once you feel your back is nice and straight, you can start straightening the legs as far as they'll go. Pushing the mat away from you. Let's spend 3 breaths in this down dog. Spread the toes, work through the front of the legs to lengthen your front body. Rolling into a plank, knees down, cow back, arch the back here, and come down with your elbows in into chest and chin. Shashtanga. Sliding forward into cobra. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Remembering those cues and rolling your shoulders away from the ears. So I'll just show you what that means. Shoulders away from the ears means from here, we move there, creating space for your head and not jamming your neck with the shoulders turned in. It's not as easy as it looks, just keep trying. Right leg up to the ceiling, stepping forward, crescent lunge. Coming back, step forward, up, forward, pull forward, pull. Inhale all the way up. Back to the palms, touch, exhale down. Go to the other side a little faster, inhale up. Back to the palms, touch, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Palms to the floor, left leg up. Crescent lunge. Coming back down. Right leg back, down dog. Feet are hip width apart, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Remember how you lifted your legs to 90 degrees? Same thing. Same muscles are working. Roll forward into a plank. Knees down. You have the option of bringing your chest and chin down. You have the option of coming into a half chaturanga like push-up or full chaturanga for those of you who practice the pose. Into a cobra and push back down facing left leg up to the ceiling, step forward, crescent lunge. Back down, right leg goes forward, half forward, full forward, full. Inhale all the way up. Back of the palms touch, down. Inhale up. Back of the palms touch, exhale, forward. Lift up the fronts of the thighs. Lift the kneecaps up. Shoulders back. Inhale up. Exhale full. Palms to the floor, right leg back. Crescent lunge. Lift the chest. Going back down. Left leg back. Down dog. Lift up onto the tiptoes, roll forward into a plank. Take a vinyasa of your choice. Push back into down dog. Right leg up to the ceiling. Step it forward. Place the left hand next to the right foot and open into a twist. Bringing your twist down, come into a runner's lunge. Look forward, chest on the thighs, front knee at 90 degrees. Make sure that ankle and knee of the front leg are in the same line. Nice strong legs as you come up into a high lunge. Come back down. Left leg comes forward. Half forward, full forward, full. Inhale all the way up. Back of the palms touch. Exhale down. Activate those shoulders as the arms move. Inhale up. Back of the palms touch. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale full. Palms to the floor. Left leg back. Crescent lunge. Bring back down. Down dog. Nice long dog. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Lift onto the tiptoes. Roll the spine forward like a wave. Knees down, chest and chin down, or full chaturanga as you come forward into up dog or cobra. Rolling back, downward facing dog. Left leg up to the ceiling, nice and straight. Stepping forward. Place the right hand next to the left leg as you open up into the twist. Close the twist and step forward, up forward, full forward, full. Inhale all the way up. Back in the palms, touch. And press down. Oops. Sorry, we didn't do a high crescent lunge on that side. Maybe we'll go back and do that. Inhale up. Hold back. Let's get the right leg back. Sorry, guys, don't want to be imbalanced. Let's come into that runner's lunge and lift up, pressing down. Press down to the front leg, back to the back leg. And coming back down, step forward, pull forward, forward. And let's come all the way up from here. Inhale up, straight back. As you come up, press back down. Let's inhale back up again. Back in the palms, touch. Exhale, forward, forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Arms to the floor, right leg back. Come into a runner's lunge. And we'll take a high crescent lunge. Pressing down through the left foot, back through the right heel. Squeezing both glute muscles, tucking the tail so you're not in a back bend. Coming back down, left leg back, downward facing dog. Rolling into a plank. Remember to keep those fingers engaged, knees down, chest and chin down. Sliding to pose. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. As you push back into downward facing dog. Right leg up to the ceiling. Stepping forward. Runner's lunge. From here, we'll come back into that high crescent lunge. Try to find the balance, use the core, pull the pelvic floor muscles up. Coming back down. We'll take that left leg forward, keep it up. As we lift up, up, and bring that left leg forward, hands on the hips. Lifting that left leg as if you've got a weight hanging off your foot. And then opening to the side, placing your leg at your ankle, at your calf, or if you can manage, lifting it up into your upper thigh as we come into tree pose. Turn around and show here. So you can start off here below the knee, or you can lift up in there. Trying to keep this hip from coming off to the side like that, lifting it up. Working through the foot. As you close the hip and come back down. Coming back into a forward bend. Inhale up. Exhale full. Palms to the floor. And let's take a left leg back. Sorry. Take the right leg back. Crescent lunge. High crescent lunge. Tucking the tail. 90-degree bend in the front leg. Pressing down, activating that glute. Coming back down, and let's lift that right leg up. Steady yourself with the palms, bring the knees towards each other, and then lift up. Lifting that right leg up, finding that balance to the left foot, left ankle, and then you can start on the same thing you did on the other side, either at the ankle. This is still a very strong pose. Here, also a strong pose. If you want to go for maximum, do it only if the other two are covered. And coming into three pose. Working below the waist on both legs. Pressing your foot into the thigh, pressing the thigh into the foot. Coming back to center and taking the leg down and inhaling all the way down. Up forward fold, pull forward fold. Arms to the floor, both legs back, downward facing up. Roll forward into a plank. Knees down, chest and chin down, and slide into cobra. Pressing those elbows back and towards each other. Pressing up, down. From here, let's lift that right leg, step it forward until we have that 90-degree angle and the foot and the knee in the same line. From there, we're going to step the left leg slightly forward, hip width apart, until we can ground the back heel. From there, we're just going to lift up, straightening both legs, taking your hands into your lower ribs here, and twisting over towards that front leg, right leg. Placing one hand on your sacrum plate, the small of your back. We're going to then just bend forward and back of your hand on foot, back of your hand on the outside of the knee. If you can take it a little lower while keeping your back straight, that's fine too. Those of you who are more advanced practitioners, bring your fingertips down outside of your ankle. Some of us will stay here. Others who can open the hand out into Parivrtta Trikonasana, reverse triangle. Bring the hand back down, lifting up, and then coming back down. Take the right leg back, left leg back, downward facing. Roll into a plank, knees down, chest and chin down, slide into cobra. Pressing back, downward facing. Left leg up to the ceiling, stepping forward, 90-degree bend, and then step that right leg forward slightly. Come up to stand, pressing down with the front leg as you come up. From there, we'll take the left hand onto the small of the back. Sorry, we'll first twist towards that front leg, keeping the hips nice and square, so the hips don't go with me. They stay nice and square. Twisting just from the upper torso. Hand on the back. And then we bend forward. Nice straight back. And then just bring the hand onto the outside of the knee. If you can keep your back straight, and still come down towards your shin, that's fine. You can keep your back straight and come down into the full pose, also fine. But the hips need to be square. Don't try anything for the first time in a deep pose today. And then lift up if you can, otherwise stay where you are. Hand back, and let's bend the left leg, place both hands back, come down, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in this downward facing dog. So remember guys, yoga is not about doing a 1 rep max or something like that. It's not important how deep we go in the pose. It's more important how we get in and out of the pose. The depth will come with discipline. The depth won't come with us trying. The depth will come with repetition. Right leg up to the ceiling again. Step it forward. And then we're going to bring that left leg forward again. But a little bit more forward this time. Bending that front leg. So your knee can come over the toes here a little bit. And then we're going to bend that left foot into the bum. Take the hands back. And then straighten that front leg. Straighten the back leg into a modified warrior 3. Straight back. Coming back down. Back leg, front leg goes back. Downward facing dog. Left leg up to the ceiling. Step it forward. 90 degrees. Walk that leg forward, pick it up and bring it forward if you need. Right leg comes forward. A little bit more forward. Bending the front leg. Bend, bend, bend. Bring that right heel into the bum. You're using your hands here to help. Both legs are bent. Take the hands back. Nice and balanced. Straighten the front. Straighten the back. Warrior number 3, modified. Coming back down. Left leg goes back. Right leg goes back. Down dog. Roll into a plank. Knees down. Elbows in, chest and chin down. Slide into forward. Pushing back. Downward facing. From this downward facing dog, we're going to move into a plank. The hips can be shoulder level, or you can bring them down. But what I really want is your shoulders open above the wrists. Then we're going to swivel onto the outside of the left foot and the inside of the right foot. So your feet are staggered. You can go a little deeper. Bring the feet on top of each other. Lift up. Lifting this hip up by pressing in from the left. You're looking down so that your thumb is in line with your nose. And then lift up that leg if you can, otherwise stay where you were. Coming back down, coming out the way we went in, and coming back into a plank. Then we're going to move that right hand slightly in towards the midline, line with your right foot, and swivel. Stay here. This is more than enough of a side plank for some of us. You can stack the feet, do so. Lift the hand if you can. Lift the leg if you can, not a must. Coming back down, nosing, coming into a plank, pushing back into downward facing. From this downward facing dog, we walk our hands back. Pull forward, fold at the back, feet apart, and ragdoll our way out. Hip coming off last. So we're going to try one of our peak one leg balances today. So bring your foot, your right foot, in line with the back of your mat, parallel to the back of your mat. And then we're going to take that left foot out until it's in a 90-degree angle with your back leg. So the arch of your front leg, the heel of your front leg should be going through the arch of your back. From there, we're going to bend that front leg as much as possible. We're going to bend, bend, bend. We're still standing on both feet. And then reaching out outside of the left foot, about a torso length. So that's about this much in front of that front leg. So we're going to go into half moon. You can either take a block, place a hand on the block, so like this, like that, or you can place the block a little higher and stand this way. So go through the motions, try which one is easier for you. And from there, we're going to keep that back foot down. And then all we're going to do, just like we did in the warm-ups, lift up through both feet, revolving open into half moon. Nice strong legs both of them. And then gently bend the front leg as you bring that back foot down, hands to the floor. Nice short dog. Walk back. Bend the knees. Ragdoll your way up. Again, left leg parallel to the back of the mat. Step the right leg, a nice healthy step forward. Remember the alignment. Second toe and heel on the midline. Heel of the front leg through the arch of the back. And then from there, we're just going to bend the front knee and reach forward outside of the front. So we're kind of in line with the outside of that front foot with our hand. Keep the hand on the small of the back. Your front leg is bent deeply as you lift up through both legs. Gently bringing that leg down, arms to the floor. Short dog. Walk your feet forward. Inhale up. Exhale full. Inhale all the way up. Back of the palms touch. Exhale out. We've done a little bit of strength work through the legs. So let's just stretch them out a little. Inhale up. Back of the palms touch. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Palms to the floor. Take the right leg back. Runner's lunge. Ground the back heel. Keep that same angle. Front foot heel. Back foot arch. Coming into warrior two. For a second, straightening the front leg. And then tipping into a triangle. Lengthening the underside of the body. Feel a beautiful stretch in the high hamstring and the side of the hip. Nice and long upper torso. Try not to be in this position. Try to be in that position. You need to walk a little higher. Do so. Moving forward and cartwheel. Take the left leg back, right leg up, stepping forward onto the midline, round the back heel. Cartwheeling up into warrior two just to get our alignment, straightening the front leg, and tipping over into triangle on the other side. So remember the cues we've done on the wall in class, guys. Lean back into that wall behind you, lengthening the underside, left hip and right hip stacked on top of one another, lifting up through the front quadricep. Lifting up, halfwheel the hands down, downward facing dog. Tiptoes, roll into plank. Holding this plank for 5 breaths. Lift the belly, squeeze the glutes, press the heels back. Just the heels, not the full foot. Then for 3 breaths, we lift the right leg, squeeze the glutes. Shoulders into the sockets. 3 more breaths with the left leg. Down dog. Rolling into a plank. Knees. Take your vinyasa, whichever of your choice, knees down or full chaturanga. And up or forward. Press back. Walk your feet forward, each foot behind the wrists of your hands. Left foot behind the left wrist, right foot behind the right wrist. Hang your belly in between your thighs. Grab onto your big toes. Keep the belly on the thighs. Keep that connection. Bring the elbows in towards the knees. And then gently straighten the back. And then straighten the legs. Keeping that belly-thigh connection. Lifting the quadriceps. Shoulders back. Foot to the front. You're bending the legs again now. Keeping the hands in front of you as you just lower into a squat. Straighten your back out. Nice straight back as you bring your bum down as close as you can towards the heels. So stay in your squat. Just going to do a bit of a squat twist. I'll just show you how that's done. So coming into this squat, I'm going to reach the right hand outside of the right foot and just open up. Look towards your left hand. Straight back. Coming back down into Malasana, open chest, and then reach the left hand and pick it up. Look towards your right hand. Coming back down. From here, we're going to bring our hands down and lift up into a high heel squat without lifting your bum off the floor. Bring the knees down into Virasana prep. Sitting in between the ankles. Then turn around. You're going to come from this Virasana prep into Virasana prep. Straightening the back here. Feeling the flex on your hamstrings. Shoulders back. Coming back up. Virasana prep. Really stretching the soles of your feet, guys. This is a great stretch for your big toe. People who have bunions, etc. This is a must do for about 5 minutes a day, every day, twice a day. All those bunion protectors or whatever else you do are useless unless you do this. And let's come down. Scooch your bum in between your wrists. You're on your fingertips here, sitting in between your wrists, and come down to sit. Take the legs out, straighten them, and come to sit in a nice, comfortable Dandasana. Sitting in this Dandasana for 3 breaths, lifting up. So we are not in this position. Want to lift up through the stomach and thigh muscles. Front of the legs always work. Stay there. And from there, what we're going to do is I'll just swivel around on my mat so it's easier for you to see. Might be better for you to do the same. Come into this wide-legged seat. So again, this wide-legged seat, you want to have a minimum of 90 degrees between your legs. So that corner or that angle needs to be 90 degrees. Holding onto your shins and lifting up. So you want a nice straight back. Let me show you how that looks. You don't want to be here or back there. See the back here. You want to be right up there, leaning forward as much as you can. Okay. So some of us, that will be the peak of the pose. Stay here, working through those upper thighs, lifting up. Opening the shoulders as opposed to closing the shoulders. Open those shoulders, use your arms. Walk forward slightly if you can. Those of you who want to stay where you were earlier, do that. Notice how my feet are flexed and the legs are always working. Keeping the back nice and straight, let's come forward. Lengthening the front side of the body, working strongly through the back muscles, working strongly through the upper thigh muscles. From here, let's walk back and then turn over to the side, the right side. Place our hands on either side of the right knee. Then we're going to keep that left sit bone grounded, sitting evenly on both sit bones as we keep the back straight and walk gently forward. Holding on to your right shin. You're twisted towards that right leg. If you can grab onto the right foot, do so. Relax the upper body and bring your nose towards your knee. So wide-legged Jamsarasana. Slowly sliding your hands back, straight back as we come forward again and repeat on the other side. Walking forward gently. You can't walk forward. You can't keep your right butt cheek on the floor. Just stay here. This is more than enough for this pose. Those of you who are a little bit more flexible, maybe you can come forward. But remember that flexibility is not the answer in yoga. The answer is strength. Finding the balance between that strength and flexibility. Grab onto that left foot if you can. If not, stay where you were. Giving everyone an option to stay where you were. Don't let your ego injure you, because yoga certainly won't. Gently coming back up. Coming to that nice straight back. And let's bring our feet forward again and come into the Dandasana. From this Dandasana, we're going to move our hands back. Opening up that chest. The fingertips are facing forward. Opening the chest. Elbows squeezing towards each other. Our feet are together, big toes are together. Lift up those quadriceps again, so the quadriceps never go to sleep. Push down with the heel, open the chest, and let's come into the Urdhva Uttanasana. Imagine you're standing on the floor here, looking down at your feet. Opening those shoulders and chest. And then gently coming down. Coming into this sitting position. Bringing your belly onto your thighs. From there, we bring the hands back again slightly, next to your hips or just behind your hips. And then let's come into those 90-90 twists, keeping the chest facing forward. So you want your knees at least at a 90-degree angle. So that angle has to be 90 degrees. Keep the chest forward, just move from the hips and below. Try to bring the front knee down, outside knee down as well. Inner knee into the mat, outer knee into the mat. Good. From From there, we're going to take the right leg and place it till the shin of your right leg is parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then you take the left leg and place it in front of that right leg. So your left leg is at a slight angle, your right leg is nice and parallel. From there, we're going to do the same thing we did in the wide-legged four, and we're going to sit up nice and straight. So from here, we're going to go into there. Do what you need to do, pull up the pelvic floor muscles in order for that to happen. From there, we're going to use the muscles here to drag those knees down towards the floor, really pressing them towards the floor. Those of you who have nice open hips can walk yourselves forward, but at the same time, bringing those knees, the outside of the knees towards the floor. And gently coming back, coming to that hook sitting, and change the cross of your legs. Left shin parallel, right leg in front. Now we're going to pull those knees towards the floor without using our hands. We can rest the hands on the knees, give a little bit of added weight, but nice straight back is what we're all about. Yoga is all about the strength and wellness of your spine. All the asana we do is to help assist the spine through its iterations. So we're just building strength in all of our skeletal muscles and our outer aggressive muscles to help the spine do its job. The healthier your spine, the healthier you are all around as well. Walk yourselves forward, evenly distribute the weight between your sit bones, dragging those knees down towards the floor using your hip muscles. Relax the belly, lengthen the front side of your head, and sliding back. Coming back into hook sitting, and then into Dandasana. Pulling this Dandasana for 3 breaths. We're going to then keep those feet nice and straight. Take the hands out, C-curve your back, and gently come down without lifting our heels off onto our backs. Place the hands next to your hips and lift the knees in towards the chest. Just going to hold it there while we press those tailbones into the mat. So your tailbones are going down, your knees are coming in. So you're almost going in 2 opposite directions. That will create the challenge in this pose. Take the hands up and bring them into a T. From here, we're going to just move those legs towards the right elbow, keeping the knees together. They don't need to touch the floor, and coming back to center. Towards the left elbow, just slightly back to center. 2 more times from each side. Try to keep your knees stacked on top of one another. And last time. And let's straighten the heels out towards the sky now. Bring those hands in, face the feet, and lift the chest off the floor. So you're not going towards your legs, you're going towards the ceiling. Arms and legs are parallel to each other. Lifting the quadriceps, working through the stomach and thighs. Gently coming down, bend the knees, and bring the torso down to the floor. From there, we just lift up into a seatbelt, coming here, straightening the back, and lifting those heels. And lift the legs up momentarily, and let's come down to sit again. From there, we're taking the right leg into a simple twist, placing it over the left leg and hugging the left elbow around the knee, pulling the knee into the shoulder. Relaxing into this twist, inhaling lift, exhaling twist. And coming back out. Straighten that right leg. Let's take the left leg over. Placing it down. And then hugging the right shoulder and bringing the left knee in towards the right shoulder. Inhaling lift, exhaling twist. Straighten the legs, then let's cross them. Coming back and into a downward facing dog. Roll into a plank and take the vinyasa of your choice. Pushing back, down dog. Bring our knees to the floor. And then let's bring the whole front body down to the mat. We'll take our hands back next to the hips. So your hands are up here as if you're holding something, two trays in your palms at the back. So remember that standing motion when we got Caesar? That's the same motion you should have in your arms. Pressing down through the feet, feeling the chest off the floor, opening the shoulders. And then let's bring the feet up into Shavasana. Lotus. Feeling the chest, lifting the feet off the floor. Take the feet wide and then squeeze them together. Gently coming back. From there, you want to roll hands underneath the hips. So just open out and take the hand, palm down under the hips. Both hands. So you're on your chin, you're on your palm, and you're on the front of your shoulders. Straighten the legs up, tuck the tail, and lift up. Supported lotus. And lotus. Take the hands out. And maybe we'll come into the Dhanurasana as our final breath then. Bring the heels into the bum, knees nice and wide, big toes touching. As you reach back, grab onto your ankles with both hands. So on your ankles and not on your feet. Big toes together, walk the knees in. So your knees are almost touching. Opening up the shoulders, looking slightly up, but not too much. In fact, look towards the floor with your eyes, look slightly up with your face. And then kick up and come into your Dhanurasana. Squeezing the knees together. And then gently release, come all the way down, and release the legs gently. Don't let them slingshot down. As you come down, bring the knees together, the feet together, knees apart, and press into child pose. Relaxing the front body here. Recover your breath. And then let's come up. We're going to just roll over on our mats. Bring the heels to the corners of the mat. Coming down to lie down. In preparation for Shavasana. Make sure you're nice and even on your mat. Opening the palms out. Bring the palms next to your hips. And wiggle the tailbone down towards your heels. Lengthen the back of your neck. And allow yourself to feel heavy into the mat. If you need to move your limbs to just allow yourself to get a little bit more comfortable, move deeper into relaxation, do that. But any other type of movement, try and avoid for the next couple of minutes in Shavasana. It's the most important pose of your practice. It's a part of our lives that we generally tend to ignore, the relaxation part, allowing ourselves to recalibrate and understand on a physical level the changes our body has gone. If you feel any sensations in your body, just breathe into whatever that may be and just allow the breath, however fast or slow, to move into your belly and out. Relax the shoulders down towards the floor, lengthening the back of the neck by tucking your chin. Gently bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, and your hips and shoulders. Raise your arms up above your head. Bring your feet together and just stretch out as if you just dived into a swimming pool. And then roll over onto your right side. And use your left hand to push yourselves up to sit. We'll start where we'll end where we began, sitting in easy cross legs, opening the shoulders. And let's pull the pelvic floor muscles up towards us, as if you're holding a key. The muscles just below your belly button in Uddiyana Bandha Minor and Mula Bandha. And then drop your chin towards your chest for Jalandhara Bandha. We're going to take 5 rounds of Ujjayi breathing. Breathing from the back of your throat, as if you are very gently snoring in and out. You should be able to hear the sound of your breath. After your next exhale, bring your chin back up to level plane. And we'll take some alternate nostril breathing. So we take our right hand, and these 2 fingers, will bring them in towards the middle of your palm. If this is difficult for you, just take the fingers out like a fistful, and then you can place them in between your eyebrows for the duration of this pranayama. Otherwise, just go in there. Extend the ring finger and the little finger and the thumb. And let's place the thumb on the right side of the nose, little finger and ring finger on the left side of the nose, just below the hard part of your nose, just below the cartilage above the nostril opening. From there, we breathe in with both hands, with both nostrils rather. Inhale. Close left and inhale, exhale hard out through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Surya Vedana. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more time. Inhale through both nostrils again. Close the right, exhale hard to the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Inhale left rather. Exhale right. One more time. Exhale right. Chandra Devana. Inhale right now. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Bring your arms back down. And let's take 5 more rounds of Ujjayi breathing. Bring your thumb and forefinger to touch. Open the chest. Pull up the pelvic floor. Pull in the muscles in the lower belly. Drop the chin to the chest. And 5 more rounds of Ujjayi. After your 5th exhale, bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra, front of your chest. Close the practice with one arm. Before we do that, let's just cross and recross our legs the other way around, just so your body gets used to something different. Inhale deeply. Remembering that the Om sound is a collection of 3 syllables, the R, the U, and the M. Starting the R in the base of your spine around your hips, moving upwards till the U is in your throat, and the M is at the crown of your head, send it up, out into the void. Inhale deeply. I honor the place within you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place within you which is of light, of love, of truth, and of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Thumbs to the forehead, bow to yourselves and to each other. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for joining bright and early on a Saturday morning. I will share the recording. Those of you who are new, just get in touch. If you want to join this class regularly, let me know and can add you to the groups and stuff. Be back on Monday. I'll share the links with the regulars. Until then, have a good week and
Thanks, Shanika.
Thanks, Shanika.
You too.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Vinya.
Fine work finally. Fine work finally.